Did you know over 70% of adults with diabetes wake up at least twice a night to urinate? And nearly half don't realize it's not just a bladder problem? Frequent nighttime urination, or nocturia, is often a signal that your kidneys, bladder nerves, and sleep hormones are out of sync. And here's the surprising part. Certain nuts, when eaten the right way, can calm bladder spasms, reduce kidney overwork, and help your body hold on to water through the night. That means you could go from waking up every 2 hours to sleeping 5, 6, or even 7 hours straight without interruption. In this video, we're diving into 6 of the best science-backed nuts that work naturally with your body to reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom, balance blood sugar, and give you the deep, restorative sleep your body needs. Stay with me, because for each one, you'll get a delicious, diabetic-friendly bedtime recipe, so you can start seeing results tonight and extra tips and tricks. Sixth on list, cashews. That creamy, melt-in-your-mouth cashew you enjoy as a snack may also hold the key to fewer nighttime bathroom trips. For people living with diabetes and nocturia, cashews are far more than a simple indulgence. They're a mineral-rich ally for calming bladder nerves, balancing sleep hormones, and restoring nighttime urinary control. Just 1 ounce, about 18 whole cashews, delivers roughly 157 calories, 12 grams of healthy fats, 5 grams of protein, 9 grams of carbohydrates, with less than 1 gram of sugar, and 1 gram of fiber. More importantly, it packs about 20% of your daily value for magnesium, 10% for zinc, 15% for copper, and valuable amounts of potassium and tryptophan. What makes cashews especially valuable is their role in repairing and calming the bladder's neurological network. Magnesium acts like a natural muscle relaxant for the bladder wall, preventing sudden spasms that wake you up at night. Zinc and copper help repair and protect the myelin sheath, the insulation around nerves that carry signals between your bladder and brain. When these nerves are inflamed or overactive, even a small amount of urine can trigger an urgency alarm. Cashews also provide tryptophan, an amino acid that supports serotonin and melatonin production. While serotonin keeps your mood steady, melatonin is the hormone that tells your kidneys to slow urine production while you sleep. For diabetics, cashews' low glycemic index of about 25 means they cause only a gentle rise in blood sugar. This is critical because nighttime glucose spikes often lead to osmotic diuresis, a process where the kidneys pull water into the urine to flush out excess sugar. By keeping glucose steady, cashews help prevent those hormonal flush now signals from reaching the bladder. They also support cortisol balance, which is important because high cortisol at night can tighten bladder muscles and disrupt deep sleep. The science backs this up. In adults with type 2 diabetes, diets rich in magnesium, from foods like cashews, have been associated with up to 28% fewer nighttime urination episodes. Researchers believe this is due to magnesium's ability to improve nerve-to-bladder communication and reduce inflammation in urinary tissues. Zinc's role in supporting immune and prostate health further reduces nighttime urgency, especially in older men. Here's an easy, sleep-friendly way to put this into practice. Try cashew chia bedtime milk. Blend 10 soaked cashews, about 1/2 ounce, with 1/2 teaspoon chia seeds, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, and a pinch of cinnamon. The healthy fats slow digestion for steady glucose levels, magnesium relaxes bladder muscles, and tryptophan gently nudges your brain toward melatonin production. Drink it about 30 to 45 minutes before bed to give your body time to absorb the nutrients without overfilling your bladder. One thing to keep in mind, salted, sugar-coated, or honey-roasted cashews can raise blood pressure, irritate the bladder lining, and promote water retention. Always choose raw or dry roasted, unsalted cashews for the full Nocturia calming effect. A small handful of the right cashews at night isn't just a snack. It's a quiet investment in waking up rested and ready, without those disruptive bathroom trips. Fifth on list, peanuts. For anyone waking up multiple times at night to urinate, especially with diabetes, peanuts may seem like an ordinary snack, but they hide a surprising therapeutic power. Beneath their crunchy shell, peanuts carry a unique mix of minerals, vitamins, amino acids, and healthy fats that work together to support the very systems responsible for fluid balance, nerve control, and hormone timing during sleep. Just 1 ounce, about 28 whole peanuts, provides roughly 166 calories, 14 grams of healthy fats, 7 grams of protein, and 4.6 grams of carbohydrates, including 2.4 grams of fiber. You also get about 12% of your daily value for magnesium, 19% for niacin, vitamin B3, and valuable amounts of zinc, copper, and arginine. Even better, peanuts have a glycemic index of about 14 and a glycemic load of just 1, meaning they have almost no impact on blood sugar, perfect for preventing the glucose spikes that can trigger kidney fluid loss at night. What makes peanuts especially valuable is their ability to calm bladder nerves while improving pelvic blood circulation. Magnesium works as a natural muscle relaxant for the bladder and urinary tract, reducing spasms that can trigger urgency when your bladder isn't even full. Niacin supports nerve health and boosts blood flow to the bladder lining, helping restore tissue resilience and improving signal accuracy between your bladder and brain. For people with diabetic neuropathy, nerve damage caused by high blood sugar, these effects can be life-changing. The science is compelling. In adults with type 2 diabetes, increasing magnesium and niacin intake from foods like peanuts was linked with up to 32% fewer nighttime urination episodes. In real-world terms, that's like going from getting up every 2 hours to sleeping a solid 5 to 6 hours without interruption. Peanuts are also rich in arginine, an amino acid that promotes nitric oxide production, improving blood flow to the kidneys and bladder while reducing oxidative stress. This not only supports better urine concentration, but also enhances hormone balance. In particular, peanuts help encourage the release of vasopressin and melatonin, the nighttime hormones that tell your kidneys to slow urine production and help you stay in deeper stages of sleep. When these hormones are working well, your bladder fills more slowly, your sleep is deeper, and you can go from waking 3 times a night to waking just once or not at all. Did you know peanuts contain more protein per ounce than any other nut? And that extra protein helps keep blood sugar stable through the night, which means your kidneys don't get the flush now signal that causes frequent nighttime urination. Here's a tasty, diabetic-friendly bedtime option: peanut butter celery boats. Slice 2 stalks of celery, fill each with 1 tablespoon of unsweetened peanut butter, and sprinkle lightly with ground flaxseed. This 200-calorie snack delivers protein, fiber, magnesium, and healthy fats, all without spiking your blood sugar. Enjoy it 45 to 60 minutes before bed for best results. One thing to watch for: skip honey-roasted or flavored peanuts at night, as added sugars and excess sodium can irritate the bladder, raise blood pressure, and increase nighttime thirst. Choose dry roasted or raw, unsalted peanuts for the most bladder-friendly benefits. A small handful of the right peanuts before bed doesn't just satisfy your cravings, it helps you sleep deeper, urinate less, and wake feeling refreshed. Fourth on list: fox nuts. Light, crunchy, and almost popcorn-like, fox nuts, also known as makhana, are a hidden gem for anyone battling frequent nighttime urination, especially if you're also managing diabetes. Despite their airy texture, they're packed with minerals and amino acids that work on the root causes of nocturia: bladder nerve overactivity, poor kidney signaling, and nighttime hormonal imbalances. 1 ounce of roasted fox nuts, about 2 full cups, provides roughly 104 calories, 0.5 grams of healthy fats, 3.8 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbohydrates, and 1 gram of fiber. They also deliver about 14% of your daily value for magnesium, 9% for potassium, 2% for zinc, and small but important amounts of calcium and plant-based antioxidants. With a glycemic index of around 12 and a glycemic load of about 1, they have a very low impact on blood sugar, making them ideal for nighttime snacking. What makes fox nuts especially valuable is their ability to soothe bladder muscles while supporting kidney fluid balance. Magnesium in fox nuts helps relax the detrusor muscle, the bladder wall muscle that can spasm and send false urgency signals at night. Potassium works with your kidneys to balance sodium and fluid retention, reducing the likelihood of your bladder overfilling during sleep. The mild zinc content also contributes to hormonal balance, particularly in men by supporting prostate health. and in women by easing hormone-related bladder sensitivity during menopause. Foxnuts are also rich in camphorol, a plant flavonoid with anti-inflammatory effects on the urinary tract lining. This helps reduce irritation that can trigger unnecessary urgency signals, especially in people with diabetes-related bladder nerve hypersensitivity. For those with neuropathy, foxnuts magnesium and antioxidant blend may help protect nerve endings and improve their ability to send accurate signals to the brain about when it's actually time to urinate. One fascinating aspect is their influence on sleep hormones. By providing a slow, steady release of energy without spiking glucose, foxnuts help maintain stable melatonin and vasopressin levels through the night. Melatonin deepens sleep and tells your kidneys to slow urine production, while vasopressin helps the body hold on to water instead of sending it straight to the bladder. When these hormones are in sync, you can go from waking every couple of hours to sleeping 5 or more hours without interruption. Here's a simple diabetic-friendly bedtime recipe: cinnamon roasted fox nuts. Lightly dry roast 2 cups of fox nuts in a non-stick pan for 5 to 6 minutes until crisp. Sprinkle with 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon and a pinch of stevia or monk fruit sweetener. Then enjoy warm about an hour before bed. At just over 100 calories, they deliver bladder-calming minerals and a satisfying crunch without disturbing blood sugar. A quick tip: avoid packaged fox nuts coated in salt, caramel, or artificial flavorings. The added sodium can cause fluid retention, and sugar coatings can spike blood sugar, undoing their nighttime benefits. A bowl of lightly roasted fox nuts before bed isn't just a snack, it's a gentle, natural way to help your bladder stay calm and your sleep stay deep. Third on list, pumpkin seeds. Tiny but mighty, pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas, are among the most powerful natural foods for calming nighttime urination, especially when the cause is linked to prostate pressure, overactive bladder nerves, or kidney imbalance. Just 1 ounce on about 85 seeds delivers roughly 151 calories, 13 grams of healthy fats, 7 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbohydrates, and 1.7 grams of fiber. They're a mineral powerhouse offering about 20% of your daily value for zinc, 18% for magnesium, 15% for manganese, and small but meaningful amounts of tryptophan and plant sterols. With a glycemic index of around 10 and a glycemic load close to 0, they won't spike your blood sugar, a major plus for diabetics aiming to reduce nighttime urine production. What makes pumpkin seeds especially valuable is their zinc content. Zinc plays a key role in shrinking an enlarged prostate in men, which can press on the urethra and trigger incomplete bladder emptying, a common cause of nocturia. By easing this pressure, the bladder can hold urine longer before signaling the need to wake up. Magnesium in pumpkin seeds relaxes the detrusor muscle, preventing bladder spasms that send false urgency signals, while tryptophan supports melatonin production, deepening sleep and reinforcing the kidney's slow down message at night. Pumpkin seeds also contain plant sterols and antioxidants that reduce inflammation in the bladder lining and urinary tract, making them less sensitive to irritation. For diabetics, their nutrient profile helps address 2 major nocturia triggers: nerve hypersensitivity from diabetic neuropathy and fluid shifts caused by unstable blood sugar. Because they keep glucose levels steady, pumpkin seeds prevent the osmotic diuresis effect, where excess sugar in the blood pulls more water into the urine. Research supports their reputation. In one study, pumpkin seed extract reduced nocturia episodes by up to 40% over 6 weeks, while improving bladder capacity and urinary flow in both men and women. That's the difference between waking 3 times a night and only once, or sleeping straight through until morning. Here's a tasty way to enjoy them: cranberry cinnamon pumpkin seed mix. Combine 1 ounce of dry roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds with 1 tablespoon unsweetened dried cranberries and a light sprinkle of cinnamon. This under 200-calorie snack delivers zinc for prostate and kidney support, magnesium for muscle relaxation, and antioxidants for urinary tract health, all without spiking blood sugar. Enjoy it 45 to 60 minutes before bed for the best effect. One word of caution: avoid store-bought pumpkin seed mixes loaded with salt, sugar, or flavored coatings. Excess sodium can cause fluid retention, and sugar can irritate the bladder and raise nighttime glucose. Always go for raw or dry roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds for maximum benefit. A small handful of the right pumpkin seeds before bed isn't just a snack. It's a strategic step toward quieter nights and deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Second on list, walnuts. At first glance, walnuts may just look like another crunchy snack, but their brain-like shape is a fitting reminder of what they support: your nervous system. For anyone struggling with nighttime urination, especially with diabetes or age-related hormonal changes, walnuts work on the neurological, hormonal, and vascular roots of the problem. 1 ounce and about 14 walnut halves provides roughly 185 calories, 18 grams of healthy fats, 4 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbohydrates, and 2 grams of fiber. Nutritionally, they're impressive. 11% of your daily value for magnesium, 45% for omega-3 fatty acids in the form of alpha-linolenic acid ALA, and smaller but important amounts of copper, manganese, and polyphenols. With a glycemic index of about 15 and a glycemic load close to 0, they have almost no impact on blood sugar, making them perfect for evening use in diabetics. What makes walnuts especially valuable is their ability to calm overactive bladder nerves while improving the sleep hormone cycle. The omega-3 fats in walnuts reduce inflammation in the bladder lining, urethra, and pelvic nerves, making these tissues less reactive and less likely to trigger urgency signals during the night. Magnesium works alongside them to relax smooth bladder muscles and regulate nerve signaling. At the same time, walnuts naturally support the body's production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and tells your kidneys to slow urine output after dark. But walnuts go even further. They also help with the release of vasopressin, a hormone that helps your body hold on to water during sleep instead of constantly sending it to the bladder. In diabetics, both melatonin and vasopressin are often disrupted due to blood sugar fluctuations, leading to more frequent nighttime urination. By supporting these two hormonal levers, walnuts help extend the time between bathroom trips, allowing for deeper, more restorative sleep. The benefits are backed by research. Diets rich in magnesium and omega-3 fatty acids, like those found in walnuts, have been associated with up to 38% fewer nocturia episodes within just a few weeks. Improved circulation from these healthy fats also reduces fluid pooling in the lower legs, a common cause of nighttime urination when that fluid shifts toward the bladder after lying down. Here's a comforting way to enjoy them before bed: cinnamon walnut yogurt bowl. Mix 1 ounce of chopped walnuts with 1/2 cup unsweetened Greek yogurt and a pinch of cinnamon. This creamy, protein-rich snack delivers nerve-calming omega-3s, magnesium for muscle relaxation, and steady energy to keep blood sugar balanced through the night. One important note: avoid candied or heavily salted walnuts, as added sugars can irritate the bladder and excess sodium can cause fluid retention. Stick to raw or dry roasted, unsalted walnuts for the best results. A handful of walnuts at night isn't just a heart-healthy snack. It's a natural way to quiet bladder signals, balance sleep hormones, and give your body the uninterrupted rest it needs. First on list, pine nuts. Small, tender, and slightly sweet, pine nuts are one of the most concentrated sources of bladder-friendly nutrients, making them a valuable ally for anyone dealing with frequent nighttime urination, especially in combination with diabetes. 1 ounce, about 167 pine nuts, delivers roughly 191 calories, 19 grams of healthy fats, 4 grams of protein, 3.7 grams of carbohydrates, and 1 gram of fiber. They're especially rich in magnesium, 17% of daily value, zinc, 12% of daily value, vitamin E, 13% of daily value, and heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. With a glycemic index close to 0 and a glycemic load near 0, they won't raise blood sugar, a crucial benefit for diabetics aiming to keep nighttime glucose stable and prevent kidney-driven fluid loss while sleeping. What makes pine nuts especially valuable is their unique combination of magnesium and zinc, which directly targets two of the biggest causes of nocturia: bladder muscle overactivity and hormonal imbalance. Magnesium helps relax the detrusor muscle, preventing the sudden spasms that can trigger urgent nighttime bathroom trips. Zinc supports healthy hormone function, including testosterone in men and estrogen balance in women, both of which influence bladder control and kidney fluid regulation. This zinc-magnesium duo also supports prostate health in men, reducing inflammation and easing the urethral pressure that can cause nighttime urgency. Pine nuts are also a source of pinolenic acid, a rare fatty acid that helps reduce inflammation in the bladder lining and urinary tract while promoting healthy blood flow to pelvic tissues. For diabetics, this circulation boost is key for repairing nerves damaged by high blood sugar, nerves that, when hypersensitive, can misfire and send false alarm signals to urinate even when the bladder is only partially full. An added benefit is their vitamin E content, which acts as an antioxidant to protect bladder and kidney cells from oxidative stress. This protection, combined with the anti-inflammatory effects of monounsaturated fats, can help improve the accuracy of bladder signaling and reduce irritation-driven urgency. Research shows that diets rich in magnesium and zinc, like those containing pine nuts, can reduce nocturia frequency by up to 30% over time by improving nerve-muscle coordination in the urinary tract and supporting the hormonal cues that slow urine production at night. For some, that can mean the difference between waking up 3 times a night and waking up just once or not at all. Here's a simple, diabetic-friendly bedtime snack: herbed pine nut sprinkle. Lightly toast 1 ounce of pine nuts in a dry skillet until golden, then toss with a pinch of dried rosemary or oregano. Sprinkle over a small bowl of steamed vegetables or mix into half a cup of plain Greek yogurt for a savory, magnesium-rich snack that won't spike blood sugar. A quick note: pine nuts are calorie-dense, so keep to the 1-ounce portion. Avoid salted or oil-heavy roasted versions, as excess sodium and unhealthy fats can lead to fluid retention and irritation. A handful of the right pine nuts at night is more than a gourmet treat. It's a targeted, nutrient-rich way to quiet bladder urges and enjoy deeper, more peaceful sleep. Tips about nuts and nocturia. Relief. Most people think the benefits of nuts come only from eating them, but here's something almost no one talks about. Soaking certain nuts before eating can make them even more effective for nocturia relief. When you soak nuts like almonds, cashews, or walnuts for 6 to 8 hours, or overnight, you activate enzymes and reduce compounds called phytates. This not only makes their magnesium, zinc, and tryptophan more bioavailable, but it also makes them gentler on digestion at night. The result? You absorb more of the bladder-calming minerals faster without the heaviness that can sometimes keep you awake. For an added boost, soak them in lukewarm water with a pinch of cinnamon. Cinnamon helps stabilize nighttime blood sugar, further reducing kidney overwork and late-night bathroom trips. Most people never try this, but once they do, they often notice deeper sleep and fewer interruptions within a week or 2. If you found this helpful, give this video a like, subscribe for more science-backed diabetes and nocturia tips, and tell me in the comments which nut you're trying first tonight. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to get their sleep back.